Officer down. Code 3. Code 3.
John, let me warn you. It's bad. Real bad. It's Hickman.
Hickman? Bob Hickman?
He's been badly mutilated, John. Tortured, really.
My God, Sam. Has Bob's wife, Catherine, been informed?
When the call came in, I was told Hickman's captain was headed to their house. They have a little girl, don't they?
Yeah, Valerie. Her name is Valerie.
Look, John, I know you and Bob went back a long way.
A long way? Hell, Sam, Bob and I went through the academy together. We shared a ride for 5 years. I'm that little girl's godfather. Sam, Bob was my best friend. Yeah, you could say we went back a long way.
I'm sorry, John.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Sorry the city is so full of dirtbags, creeps, and losers. Bob was a great guy, Sam. A great cop. Who the hell would do this to him? What the hell was he doing out there?
I don't know, John. It's your job to find out. My job is to pick up the body and find the cause of death.
Welcome everybody, it's Red76. I'm back with Police Quest 4 Open Season. This is, I think it's actually Police Quest Open Season, but either way, this is the 4th game in the series, and I'm going to, let me turn down, I had the volume down for a minute. I'm going to give you a, this is my playthrough for Police Quest Open Season. This is one of my favorite games from childhood, and you play as LAPD Homicide Detective John Carey. No relation to John Carey from political standpoint or office or just different guy. But it's an awesome game. It's all the pictures that you see, like all the scenes, are all actual photos taken from back in '93, and they put them in the computer and use them as, you know, foreground and background so that you can direct the character throughout the area. It's incredible technology back then, and I know that other games did it, I'm sure. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I've been to some of these places in this game, so I'm going to point out which ones that I've been to when I was in Los Angeles, and I'll kind of tell you a little bit, like a brief history or something about it when I get there. I haven't ever been here. This is I think this is the 77th. This is South Central. Not an area you want to go to in Los Angeles. It's pretty bad, and it's just a lot of gangs and stuff, so I didn't go over there. But I may sometime and see if the Lucky Mini-Mart actually exists. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, but you never know. Again, this is years ago. I mean, it's almost 30 years ago. So anyway, the way police did things back then, completely different than what they do now, but we're going to see a lot of 90s stuff. It's awesome. The bottom left of the picture is his 93, I think it's a 93 Thunderbird, and anytime I see these out in the world, that's what it makes me think of, because this is, I think, the first time I ever saw one was in this game, and then when I see him out in the world, I think of this game, because it's Carey's car. But anyway, without further ado, this is the introduction. This is day one. This is the first time I'm actually doing this. Usually I play this game when I do play it. I don't use a guide or anything. And I don't know that I've ever reached 500 points, but apparently the top score you could get is 503 points. There may be a possibility of getting more than that. I have no idea. But I'm actually using a guide this time because I want to see if I can really get to 503 points. The last games I did, the first few police quest games I didn't use a guide, I don't think. I think I checked it later. But I'm using a guide now. I really don't want to do that. I don't know. I'm debating now. I don't know that I want to use a guide. I kind of want to just go back and look. You know what? I'm not using a guide. Scratch that. Literally, like I'm gonna do this on my own, and then I'm gonna check later how many points, and we'll see here. But yeah, I'm not gonna do the guide. How about that? I'm just gonna go from memory, from everything that I remember, and I'm gonna explore, and I'm gonna try to get more points and just do different things that I didn't do in the past, and see if I can't get up to at least 503 points. So I am curious. I may, in between the videos, I may glance and check the guide, but then I'm using the guide, aren't I, if I do that? Man. I don't know. Nope, not using the guide. I'm not going to use the guide. I'm going to look at it later. So we'll just do that. How about that? And I'll go back and maybe I'll put it in the description or something, which ones I missed, what points and stuff. How about I do that? So no guide. No guide. I just now literally decided. Okay, so turn the volume up a little bit. That's up, so we're at 0 score. Like speech, because we want to hear their voices. I don't have to do a whole lot of reading, so that's nice. Alright, let's begin. Make this green so it stays open.
Detective John Carey, Major Crimes, Homicide. It's Sam Nobles, Deputy Coroner, Los Angeles County. Carey, the man appears intoxicated and a bit agitated. This young man appears interested in the alley proceedings.
So right now we're just exploring, we're looking around, and we can look and touch things.
The man's teetering already, Carey. Don't push him over. This man does not warrant a cursory search for weapons.
And we've got our badge.
Your badge is a symbol of your commitment and your identification.
That's what their badges still look like. It's got City Hall on it. And I think it's the seal, California, Los Angeles, California seal. I'm not entirely sure. I have to look at a real badge later, but that's definitely City Hall. Been there. Alright.
It's your wallet.
Look around at the objects.
It's your Beretta 92F. Loaded and ready for action. Spare change. These are your car, office, and home keys. Department-issued handcuffs. Your department-issued memorandum book and pencil. It's your Parker Center identification badge. It's laminated.
That's what they look like. I don't know if they still look like that now. I think they do. But there's definitely blue behind the badge on the left, and then it has all their information. So that's pretty cool how accurate they made this game.
The leather is well worn. The grip on the Beretta is a fine fit for your hand. With a full 15, the clip must weigh approximately 12 ounces.
Magazine, that clip. Magazine. That might be, I don't know if that's a Sierra thing or what. It's definitely magazine.
The shiny metal is cold in your hand. The coins jingle in your hand.
Not a clip. Clip is like what goes in a rifle. And it depends on the rifle, not just any rifle.
Numerous keys are indicative of a complicated and busy life. The cuffs are cold to the touch. The simulated leather notebook is well worn.
Alright, so this is one of your best friends because you're going to need to notate a lot of things. And I mean, you just look at objects and then notate it. Click the notebook on it. So if you were a detective, you'd be taking down a lot of notes. That's the thing. So we're going to identify ourselves to these guys before they leave.
Hello, I'm Detective Carey, LAPD. Would you mind answering a question or two?
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. Yeah, I'll answer you.
Hello, I'm Detective Carey with the LAPD. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Ain't seen nothing, man. Just chillin'. Some law about living?
He would ask that. Okay, so we're going to notate these guys.
The young man's interest appears a bit suspicious. Always record your gut feelings. Sometimes this job is pure instincts.
What is your name, sir?
Jack. To Jack.
To Jack.
Sir, did you see any unusual activity or unfamiliar cars in the neighborhood?
I hear shots. Fast. Like pop, 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 pop.
How's that go again?
What time might you have heard these shots, sir?
It pop, 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 pop. I just hear them shots. I was scared.
Any other information you could give me, sir?
Pop, pop, pop. I know this sound. It's killing the children.
Any other information?
Okay, so that's it. So, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of a spoiler alert, but I'm going to tell you this guy right here is the bad guy. Now he's leaving right here, this guy. But the guy leaning against the fence is the bad guy. That's Ragtop Spiff. He's the gang leader. And the reason why this drunk guy, 2 Jack, isn't saying much is probably because he's scared with Ragtop being right there. So, you know, he doesn't give a whole lot of info and then he leaves. Like, you know, I better leave. This guy's right here. He could plug me too if I give him too much info. And bad guys do this. They'll linger around and see what's going on, act like they're just part of the crowd, or, I mean, they want to see what's going to happen with the scene. So, it's not uncommon. I know there were at least 1 or 2 serial killers that did the same thing. And they would be on the news, or they would be in a crowd of people or whatever, and just act like, you know, what's happening, what's going on, you know. And it's just they're getting information from the police though, and trying to get as much as they can. So pretty interesting. I kind of like that they did that. That this guy wasn't saying a whole lot in front of Spiff. But anyway.
Apparently, this citizen has seen enough violence for one day.
Yeah.
I'm Detective Carey, Major Crimes, Homicide, LAPD. I'd like to ask you a question or two.
Whatever, man. I'm just hanging.
Let's start with your name. What is it, and do you live in the neighborhood, or are you just visiting?
Man, this be my hood. I mean, I be Raymond Jones III.
Raymond Jones III.
Well, Raymond, if this is your neighborhood, then you must know what goes on around here. What happened here tonight? You see anything unusual? Maybe a different car or some folks from another neighborhood?
Ain't seen nor heard nothing, and just out for some fresh L.A. air.
Fresh air in L.A.
So, Mr. Jones, what you're telling me is you don't have anything to tell me. Is that correct?
That's straight up. Ain't seen nothing, done nothing, know nothing.
Now, when I said...
So, Mr. Jones...
Okay. So when I said that this guy's the bad guy, I didn't necessarily say he was the bad guy in this guy's murder. Now you'll see.
It's Officer Bruce Woody Woodbury, LAPD. It's Officer Malcolm Allen, LAPD. It's Chester, Julie Chester, Criminalist SID. An interesting choice of color for an otherwise dreary fence. Trees provide oxygen and shade, both very much needed in the City of Angels. The sun will soon be rising. Yep, signage is important to a prosperous business. The Lucky Mini-Mart, a shopper's dream. It's the Lucky Mini-Mart dumpster. Graffiti mars the neighborhood. Police banner guard tape secures the alley for investigation. The back alley to the Lucky Mini-Mart. It doesn't look so lucky now. It's your car, Carey. A 1993 T-Bird.
93 T-Bird, I was right.
It's your car. Detective, your car trunk is locked.
Alright. And you do want to talk to this guy before he leaves, the guy that was here earlier too, Jack. So it's like one of the first things you want to do.
Officer Woodbury, I'm taking over as lead investigator.
Yes, sir, Detective Carey. I have my crime scene log for you.
You want to get the crime scene log that has the list of all the officers, any personnel in and out of the crime scene, their times and everything.
Were you the first on the scene?
Yes, sir. Officer Allen and I were on patrol. He was driving. As we passed the alley, I looked to my right. I saw the body. We radioed it in, stopped, set up the perimeter. I didn't know it was Hickman until we got up to the body. I can tell you, sir, I was shocked. He was the last person I expected to see. He was a fine officer.
Is there anything else you can tell me, Officer Woodbury?
No. We rolled by, saw the body, radioed it in. There was no one in the alley besides the body. The neighbors came out once we set up the perimeter. It was quiet when we got here.
So, a way to tell when they're done talking, since you can't really tell, is after you click on them, put the mouse down here, and it'll turn into the arrow that it is now after it changes from this. So, like, I'll show you. So I'm going to talk to Alan.
I'll be stepping in as lead investigator, officer. Can you tell me what the situation was when you got here?
Yes, sir. Woodbury and I were on our regular patrol. We spotted the body as we drove by. We radioed in, then moved in on the scene. We checked the alley for possible assailants, but found no one. Everything is pretty much as it was when we arrived.
Of course, if it's a police car, you can definitely tell he's still talking.
That's it?
Yes, sir. The body was just lying there. I didn't know him, but Woody told me that the deceased was a cop, undercover guy working the neighborhood. Oh, Pittman or something like that.
It's Hickman, and yes, he was working the crash unit, although I didn't know he was working this neighborhood. You've never seen him before, and this is your regular district?
Yes, sir, that is correct. I've never seen him before.
Is there anything else you can tell me, officer?
No, sir.
Alright.
The ground is devoid of tracks or marks.
Geez, Detective.
Yes, sir.
Leave it in place, Carey. It's a crime scene. The air is thick with remorse, but you can't touch it. Leave it be, Carey. Stucco has a texture like no other. The graffiti paint is wet. This work is fresh. Graffiti mars the neighborhood.
Alright, so it says RBGB. Notate that.
Graffiti is often left behind by gangs. Recording the symbol could prove useful.
Let's save it. We'll do an alternate, actually. How about that? Since I started the game. Alternate.
Finish what you start, Carey. It's not time to leave.
That's curious.
Detective, climbing trees is not what the city of Los Angeles pays you for. The ground is devoid of Yep, they feel like buildings. Not much chance of reaching that billboard from here. The air...
Oh yeah, so when you talk to him...
Is there anything else you can tell me, Officer Woodbury?
See how it's still a...
No.
A talk
we rolled
symbol?
by, saw the body, radioed it in.
Once it changes
There
back
was
to
no
the
one in
arrow,
the
then
alley
you'll
besides
know.
the body.
That way you don't
The
skip
neighbors
some
came
kind
out
of
once we set up the
conversation.
perimeter.
So it'll change back to this after they're done talking. That way you don't accidentally skip it by clicking again. Talk to Sam.
Sam, do you have a preliminary finding on Hickman's cause of death?
It's hard to say, John. There are no evident bullet wounds. There are cervical contusions, possibly asphyxiation. There's no unusual sputum, so it's difficult to think poisoning, but I'm not ruling anything out. Whoever did this was definitely non-compos mentis. By the way, notice that the index finger on the right hand is missing.
What else can you tell me, Sam?
Until we autopsy, we won't know much more. To make any further comments would be pure conjecture on my part.
Hello, Chester. Thanks for coming out.
Sure, Detective. This is one horrible night when one of our own goes down. I'm glad to be of service. Let me know when you want photos.
Chester, take over on the evidence.
No.
Yes.
No. I did not mean for that to happen. Oh, okay, good.
Standing by, Detective Carey, ready to collect samples or evidence if needed.
Oh, okay.
You haven't properly marked or notated any evidence, Detective. Let me know when you have.
Yeah, once you mark it, then it ends the level, so that's why I was like, shit, she's gonna end it. Alright, let's see, Alright, so we need to get in the car. Let's go ahead and get in.
It's your homicide kit. It's police banner tape used at crime scenes for setting up a perimeter. This is your Ithaca 12-gauge pump shotgun. These are 12-gauge double-aught buckshot shells. Carey, your trunk carries the tools of your trade. Detective, what are you searching for? These 12-gauge shotgun shells are not needed at this time. Use of force to this degree is unnecessary at this time, Carey. Detective, what are you searching for? There is no need for banner tape at this time, Carey. Detective.
Just seeing what else I could get. Guess that's it. Alright.
It's your department-issued homicide kit. The baggies hold evidence found at crime scenes. 24-inch pry bar, very handy. The jar is used to collect samples when SID is not called for. Rubber gloves used against infection or contamination. Department-issued 9-volt anodized aluminum flashlights. Chalk, made in the USA. The putty knife is made in the USA.
Well, that's good. Good.
The plastic is slippery. The pry bar is heavy for such a small tool. Empty glass jar is lightweight. The rubber feels quite thin on these gloves. The flashlight's weight makes it more than an illumination device. The chalk feels so chalky. The putty knife is solidly made.
Alright, so let's take a look at...
Detective Carey, sexual harassment is a violation of federal and state law and of city and department policy. It can lower morale, undermine the integrity of employee relationships, and interfere with the efficiency of department operations. Please don't touch me again. Sexual harassment is viewed by the department as serious misconduct with disciplinary action up to and including termination. Please stop. Sexual harassment is... Detective Carey, have you found evidence you need recorded?
Yes, John, what is it? Can I give you a hand? Yes, John.
Okay, so let's take a look at the body. Actually, let's walk all the way back here first. Can we do that? Yeah.
It's a DARE billboard.
We can't go any further. All the businesses. Can we go left? Nope.
There's work to be done, Carey. Get to it.
Okay.
The tortured and tormented body of Bob Hickman, LAPD, lies lifeless among the alley debris. An obvious case of felonious homicide. A gruesome sight. Contusions and burn marks appear on Hickman's abused body. A lipstick-stained cigarette lies near Hickman's body. An empty holster can mean only one thing: another gun on the street. A gruesome...
Detective Carey, have you found evidence you need recorded?
Careful, Carey. There could be fingerprints on that holster.
Detective Carey.
Carey, the cigarette could be evidence. Handling it would show poor judgment.
So what we're going to do... Actually... Yeah, we can do that. We can go ahead and mark it.
Detective, this cigarette could be evidence. Alley crime scene log prepared by Officer Woodbury. Standard weight paper.
Alright.
Recording information at the crime scene ensures accurate reports later. An empty holster can mean only one thing: another gun on the street. Noting that a cigarette lay near the body could prove important later.
I don't think, since SID is here, we don't need to pick it up.
Let Chester from SID handle any possible evidence.
Yeah.
Using gloves to handle this holster would be appropriate. However, let the criminalist or the deputy coroner handle all evidence.
Fair enough.
There's enough light to see by, Detective. There's enough light in the alley in which to see by. There's enough light...
Okay.
Your friend can no longer communicate, Carey. The body of a young boy lies strewn in the dumpster. Bullet wounds puncture the boy's body. He looks no more than 6 or 7 years of age. Bullet wounds. He looks no...
John, have you found something?
Recording information at the crime scene ensures accurate reports later.
Nobles! Chester! We have another body!
Bullet wounds. He looks...
John, have you found something?
I don't think there's really anything else we could do with this. No.
Yes, John, what is it? Can I give you a hand?
Sam, we're gonna need another ambulance. There's a body of a young boy in the dumpster.
We'll get another car here, John.
Funny how this guy left after Carey found the body of the kid.
He's just a child, Sam. What's happening on our streets?
It's a sad state of affairs, John. It's situations like this, a child victimized by violence, that makes it tough to do this job.
What else can you tell me, Sam?
Until we autopsy, we won't know much more. To make any further comments would be pure conjecture on my part.
Oh yeah, need to outline Hickman's body.
The graffiti paint is wet. This work is fresh.
I don't think there's anything we can really do.
You're being overcautious, Carey. You're being... There is nothing of value to your case to collect.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Now we can talk to Chester. Once you talk to her, that's it. I'm gonna say that's probably it. We'll save it though.
Detective, to whom do you wish to speak?
Yes, John, what is it? Can I give you a hand?
There's one, if you, I don't know, I guess maybe I did too much, but if you click the hand icon on Sam, the coroner, he'll give you a hug, but I can't remember. I guess I should have done that earlier, but it's kind of funny.
Yes, John, what is it? Can I give you a hand?
He goes, do you need a hug, John? And he actually, like, reaches out and tries to hug him. Alright, I think that's about it. So, do we need to put this back in?
What exactly are you trying to communicate? Detective, your car trunk is locked. It's your car.
Okay. I wonder if we can put it back in. I'm curious.
You better keep your kit with you. You never know when you might need it.
True. Alright, that's about it then.
It looks like it's going to be a busy night for you, Chester.
Unfortunately, our streets are being taken over by violence. Innocent people being killed. It's uncivilized, sir.
Yes, John.
Okay.
Chester, take over on the evidence.
Yes, Detective. Whenever you're ready, fellas, I'm finished.
John, we can handle it from here. Stop by tomorrow for the autopsy. We'll know more then.
I've been there to Barker Center. It's really cool. I got to take a tour.
Carey, Hickman's death isn't just your personal tragedy. It's a tragedy for the entire force. We've lost a friend, a father, and one damn good cop. As you know, you've been assigned the lead investigator on this case, and I'm going to be looking to you for answers. I'm going to ask you to put aside your personal feelings and deal with this investigation in a professional manner. If you don't think you're up to it, I want to know now. Neither you, the public, nor the department can withstand not knowing the truth. I want you to comb that neighborhood. I want every rock turned over and every person interviewed. Remember, Hickman was not the only fatality tonight. The family of that boy is grieving also.
Yes, sir.
For your information, the boy has been identified as Bobby Washington. As for Hickman, I think there is something you should know. Maybe you already do. But here it is straight. Hickman's lieutenant, Jim Varaz, informed me that Hickman was having trouble with stress, trouble at home. Varaz told me that Hickman had been in a fragile mindset, that working undercover was getting to him. You know, the violence of the streets can get to anyone. I'm not knocking Hickman. I just want you to know how the department viewed his current capacity. Okay, Carey, you know what you need to do. Go out there and do it. Find who killed Hickman. Find who killed the Washington youth. Any questions?
No, Lieutenant.
All right, then. Get to work. And, Carey, when you see Catherine, please extend my deepest sympathies.
All right. So that's the end of the first day. Now we're on day 2. I'll save it here. I'm going to look around the office, and he's going to complain that I'm not moving.
Barker Center, circa 1955. The office of Lieutenant Block. Someday you too might make lieutenant and be issued an office, Carey.
Time's a wasting, Carey. Get out there and find this sicko.
It looks like AstroTurf. This door leads to the detective's bullpen. It's an LAPD police banner. The office of Lieutenant Block. The office of Lieutenant Donald Block, career man, your boss. The office, simulated wood grain finish. Lieutenant Block doesn't like people touching his stuff. Knock it off. Lieutenant Block doesn't like
Well, I think we've finished here, Carey. Stay safe.
It's on the other side of the wall, Detective. You can't reach it from here. It feels like AstroTurf. Best to keep your hands off Block's desk. Best to keep your... Lieutenant Block...
This might be California. Move it on out of here, Carey. You've got your assignment. This might be California, Carey, but I'm not into touchy-feely encounters. Knock that crap off.
Lieutenant.
Carey, you have your assignment. Go out and find yourself a killer.
Lieutenant Block doesn't like...
Time's a waste.
Don't remove that, Carey. Don't even think of removing it. Detective, don't even think of removing it. Leave it alone. Detective, don't mess with that. Leave it there, Carey. To remove this would endanger your life.
Go on now, go. Find yourself a killer.
Kilroy was here.
The office...
Free kittens, two good home, 3 females, see Cynthia in polygraph. Basement. For sale, use CDs. Warning, this angers pompous country western singers. Dare, just say no. It's not cool to be stupid. Stay sober. Stay alive. Support your local
Okay, get out of my office and back on the job.
Support your local Humane Society. Adopt a pet today. Self-defense classes Monday through Friday evenings. Police Academy. Come join the fun. AIDS. Learn the facts. Rock the vote. Make your voice heard. Mail fraud. One under the alias of John Deere, Stanley Toils, Lumberjack, and Jackhammer. Domestic abuse. It happens in the best of families. Seek help. Call your local social services department. Asking for help is the first step. Noise abatement. Learn the facts. Bank robbery. 11-20-90. United Central Bank, East 11th Branch. Seeking any information. Arrest warrants issued for Dusty Miller and Dick Death, hosts of TV show Straight Shots, the show with the shootist in mind. Charges include 2 intense muzzle flash. Warning, these 2 are armed and planning a network takeover.
At about...
Bank sale, 2nd floor, Tuesday the 5th. Come enjoy the goodies and support the friendly people of records and identification. Nice.
Don't even think of it. Ah, leave it there. Nah, Detective, leave it there. Don't touch that. Why remove it? Don't even think of removing it. Carey, it's not your job to remove these notices. Remove and face certain death. Remove and face certain death.
That's cool. Okay.
Okay, get out of my office and back on the job.
Carey, he knows you're a detective. You work for him.
Actually, I work for the city, but I know what you mean.
The lieutenant has better things to do than inventory your homicide kit, Detective. Don't throw your money around, Detective.
Sometimes I just say funny things.
What are you waiting for? An invitation? Get back to work. Carey, you got a problem? Or are you just checking your sights? Either way, put your gun away. Guns make me nervous.
Secure your ammunition. There's no need to reload at this time.
Not a bad idea to check, though, right?
What? Okay, get out of my office and back on the job. What?
What?
Lieutenant Block doesn't want your keys. Block has a pair issued to him. He doesn't need yours.
What? Trying to prove to me you're working? I don't want to see your notebook. Just make sure you keep your murder book up to date. You understand? What do you want me to do with that? All right, back to... What do you want me to do with that? Get it into your murder book before you lose it.
Upon review, you realize this is the crime scene log prepared by Officer Woodbury.
Why, yes. Alright, we're gonna need this. Alright, time to go.
It feels like AstroTurf. You'll need to get up and move closer to open the door.
Too bad about Hickman, Jr. Guess this hit you pretty hard, huh? Well, hell, don't let it. Damn scumbags out there. They're just goddamn lucky I'm a desk jockey. If I was on the street, I'd whip their collective disrespectful butts. You know, Junior, this case is gonna generate a lot of paperwork and a lot of calling. You're just goddamn lucky you got me as your partner in this one. Damn lucky.
Alright, so this is the homicide office for real. I have actually been in here in real life. It was amazing, man. It was so weird being there. And the differences, let me save it. The differences were all these desks, they were lined up horizontally like this way, and this way. And I think these desks were over here horizontal. So they weren't like this. I can't remember if all these were here or not, all these file drawers. This I don't think was here. I'm trying to remember if this wall was back here with this door. I think it was. It was so long ago. It's like 2004 when I went. The boar's head was there, and it looks like it even has it in the picture, but it had a police, an LAPD police hat on it, and it looks like it really does. It's hard to tell because it's all pixelated, but it was there. And when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, it's still there. It was so weird, man. 1993, think about it. 1993 is when this was taken, and I went there in 2004, and that was still there. So it was cool to see some of this stuff actually there. And I saw detectives sitting at their desks, kind of like this. It was very sparse. There weren't a whole lot of guys in there sitting at their desks, but there were a few. It was just really neat to see actual LAPD homicide detectives. I mean, you always see stuff on movies and stuff like that, you know, and they're just actors. But when you see it for real, you're like, wow, these are the real guys doing that job. You know, it's got to be hell in that city. But anyway, just wanted to give that out there, just kind of give that piece of information. I thought it was really cool. So what we're going to... And there were actually two ways in. The main entrance to this place isn't back this way. I guess this was real. I don't know in the picture. But the real entrance was back here. Like you would walk this way. And there was a doorway here. And it faced this way. So you walk this way, and then you turn right, and you go out the hall. And then there was another door way out on this side somewhere, but I went in this way. I came in, turned right, I turned left, and I just looked, and I saw all this, and I thought it was so cool, man. But that is about it. I got to take a tour throughout the rest of Parker Center, and got to meet a lot of cool people. Even went by the chief's office. That was really cool.
It's Detective Philip Jerica, originally from Houston, Texas, and a damn fine cop. Hal Bottoms, homicide detective, currently assigned to your case. The banner provides a sense of camaraderie among the detectives. It's Lieutenant Block's office door. Safety first. What you see is what you get, Carey. What you see. This sign indicates you exit to the left. The way time passes on this job, you need a calendar. What you see. The status board indicates who's in court, the field, or off duty.
Oh, that's cool.
The status at 286-16. At 2. What you see? What you see? What? The large windows are shaded by 20-year-old curtains. The boar's head was awarded to Senior Detective Addison Arcee for his fierce commitment to the force. What? Murder books, all filled with past cases. Case files, both open and solved. Case files, desks belonging to fellow homicide detectives. Desks, what you see? What you see? Detectives' workspaces. These are more detectives' workspaces. These are more. What you... Leave it there, Carey. The department is proud of the banner. It's not time to change months. Leave the calendar alone, detective. Leave the sign, detective. Other people might get confused when leaving. Your action is unwarranted. Leave the fire extinguisher for emergencies. Your action is... Hey, it's unprofessional to be snooping around another detective's workspace. This is not your workspace, and these are not your things. Detective Jerica is busy on the telephone. Have a little respect.
I'm not into the feely-mealy thing, Junior. You need to feel better? Do what I do. Find yourself a broad.
Carey, you have enough on your plate without reopening another case. Carey, you have enough to do without reviewing past cases. Remove the boar's head and risk life and limb. Stop. Move the curtains and it would get hotter than hell in here.
So cool. I mean, this building was built in the 50s, man. And they're not using it anymore. They're using a new HQ now. This building's empty. When I went there last, back in 2017, it was completely empty. And LAPD had since moved on to the new HQ in Central. So I'm glad I got to visit this place in real life when it was still active. And it was just, like I said, man, it's incredible.
The man is conducting a telephone interview. Don't bother him.
Hal, have you heard from the coroner's office?
Yeah, like you're their first priority, Junior. They're probably still in the kitchen. Besides that Nobles, he's the kind that likes you to come to him. Like we ain't got enough to do than go down to that garbage disposal.
God.
It's your ergonomic office chair. You take a seat at your desk. You're on duty until this case is closed. Leave the status board alone.
That's pretty cool that they had those. I don't remember seeing those back there. So let's talk more.
Hal, the lieutenant was pretty direct about the paperwork on this case.
Hell, Junior, I already got our murder book set up. I might be afflicted with this damn diabetes, but I ain't lame.
Diabetes.
You just make sure you do your part. You're the one needing to write up the damn reports. I just gotta file them.
Hal, do you always have to be so obnoxious?
Hell, Junior, I'm on my third wife. Been 25 years on the force, seen things no man should have to. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess you're right, Hal.
Anything else? No?
You thinking I'm gonna write your reports for you, Junior? You're damn lucky I don't write you up one side and down the other for just thinking about it.
Detective Jerica is not relevant to your investigation. Hal knows you're a cop. No reason to show him your badge.
Yeah, Hal Bottoms is your partner.
You wouldn't want to challenge Hal. He just might take you up on it. Whoa, he's one of the good guys. He's LAPD. Secure your weapon. Hal doesn't need those. He was issued a pair by the department. You're interfering with this detective's work.
It's funny. I mean, I guess you could go on forever trying to see what he says.
He knows you're a cop. Would you quit with the badge? Detective, what do you expect Hal to do with that? Your homicide kit holds the tools of your trade. Don't lose it. It's your very own desk. The calendar on this blotter is so old, you don't remember the last time you changed it, huh, Carey? Your desk is covered with snippets from past cases in daily life. Your desk is... It's your very own homemade placeholder with your name on it. A memo from Lieutenant Locke. Your last partner, Ken Williams, used to sit there. Unfortunately, he relocated to Seattle.
Oh, wow.
This desk belongs to Detective Cynthia Joey, and yes, there are such things as female homicide detectives. What you see? Desk drawers. Your desk is your last partner, Ken Williams, used to sit there. Unfortunately, this desk belongs to Detective Cynthia Joey. Your department-issued telephone. Your desk is your desk. Leave your blotter in place. It covers all the coffee stains. No need to straighten up your desk. It'll just get messy again. Don't move it. It's kind of cute there. Leave that stuff alone. It doesn't belong to you. There's nothing much in there, just old memos. Leave that stuff alone. Keep your hands to yourself. This is not your desk. Department-issued, 3-tiered inbox. There's nothing much in there, just old memos. Department-issued, 3-tiered.
Okay.
There is nothing noteworthy about the paper stock on which this memo is typed.
From Lieutenant Block, subject, monthly qualification, combat, time, place, Wednesday, Police Academy range. Carey, you are scheduled for combat qualification this Wednesday. No excuse will be accepted for missing your qualifying appointment as you are not eligible for any exemptions at this time. Your last month's scores were low. I suggest you make time in your schedule to get out to the range and brush up before your score really counts. Lieutenant Block. Yeah.
Look, only you have to know and remember your qualifying date. Look, leave this here and Lieutenant Block will think you're not taking him seriously. Try opening the drawer first. Try opening the drawer first. It's the photo of you and Hickman at the lake, the time you caught the big one. Desk drawers. Desk drawer. Better keep this with you just as a reminder. These are 3.14 follow-up forms used to document your casework. You take a 3.14 follow-up report form out of your desk drawer. Your report can fit on the form you already have. Look, only you have... Better keep this with you.
Okay. So we're going to do some report writing.
Departmental follow-up form 3.14. Standard weight.
So put your report, you take your notebook and click it on here, on 3.14.
You write up a 3.14 documenting the incidents relating to the alley. The photograph taken of you and Hickman at the lake, the time you caught the big one.
Gunner 88326. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say this is you, this is Carey, and this is Hickman. I always thought Carey was taller. Am I right or am I wrong? I think so. I think that's Carey and that's Hickman.
Ask for the best. Ask for Kodak paper.
Oh, yeah, so 8832, is that what it said?
The photograph...
Okay, 88326.
Brass unit, Barnes speaking.
Hello, this is Detective Carey over at Major Crimes, Homicide. Is Lieutenant Varese there?
No, he's out in the field. How about I tell him you called?
That would be fine, thank you.
I think I did that a long time ago and I just forgot about it. But I looked it up earlier today, before, and I saw the number and it said that you could call it. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I always thought it was just the password Gunner. So that's pretty neat.
Your action.
Okay, get up. Oh, wait. Can we do information? Guess not. It is a rubber band. I thought it was a rubber band. That's cool. Okay. Ooh. There's different questions now.
Hal, has anything come back on the cigarette found in the alley?
Damn straight it has, Junior. SID identified DNA on the damn thing. Science is a wonder, ain't it, kid? You connect that DNA to somebody's butt, and you got yourself a case.
How about test results? Any preliminary information?
I can't get nothing out of that damn Nobles. Spoke to that dingy tomato down there, Carey or something. All she could say was, the toxicology tests and ballistics are running. She's damn lucky she doesn't work for me. That's all I can say. Damn lucky.
Hal, have you made contact with the folks over at Crash? Were they able to give you any information on Bob?
Now, those boys are men, I'll tell you that, Junior. Fighting in the trenches, battling the mean streets. You're to tread lightly, Junior. They're working undercover in that neighborhood. Have been for a couple of months. Your man to talk to is Varese. You got all that, Junior?
Hal's not the sentimental type. Not everyone or everything appreciates the art of photography.
Let's get the report and the crime scene log.
Hal, here's the Hickman crime scene log. It was prepared by Officer Woodbury from the 77th.
Hey, you're damn lucky you got me taking care of this book, Junior. Damn lucky.
All right. Give the report.
Here you go, Hal.
Sure, Junior. Everybody's got to qualify, Junior. What's the problem?
Look, only you have to look.
Okay. That's about it. Let's check out the computer real quick. ID number. It's probably your badge number, right? 612. Password. Gunner. Login 00001 B02345E3 as Carey on server Sunny. Nice. So I think that's an Easter egg, right? For Sunny Bonds. Hitman. Interesting. Hate crimes. Enter suspect's last name. Jones. Hit the click to go through. Information found. Okay. Gang information. The Omegas, Gopher, Red Dogs, Green Dragons. I think that was a game company. Something found in public parking lots. Gang comprised of college dropouts. Gang activity centers around carjacking and joyriding. Gang members help elderly and unsuspecting women with packages at shopping malls and grocery stores. Once at car, the crime is committed. No serious injuries have occurred. Targeted area, Century City. Interesting. Gopher. They actually help old ladies, that's what it said, or elderly people. Symbol found on bridges, freeway overpasses, and viaducts. This gang is extremely violent. Members are heavily armed with semi-automatic weapons. Gang activity comprised of drug sales and strong territorial defense. What else is new? Gang members rise in rank within the gang by forcing rival gangs that enter their territory off bridges, freeway overpasses, and viaducts. Gang colors are gray and red. Targeted area, East LA. Red Dogs. Symbol found wherever fast food is served. The Red Dog gang is led by the infamous Billy D. The gang has been known to hang out behind fast food restaurants. 2 members of the gang, Charlie and Slater, are wanted for questioning. They are believed to be hiding somewhere in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Charlie and Slater, I think it had something to do with like a gaming company. It's like an Easter egg, they were saying. Something where I read. Green Dragons, symbol found in Koreatown. Gang comprised of newly arrived Korean youth. Gang activity centers around cocaine trafficking connections with Homeland Strong. Youth often wear all black clothing, favoring black satin jackets and elaborate Asian figures such as dragons and flames. Killer Elite, symbol found near schoolyards and shopping areas. Gang comprised of upper middle class youth with time to spare. The gang is not violent as the name suggests. Rather, the youth tend to create havoc at house parties and school functions. Boys favor NFL team jackets. Targeted area, Beverly Hills. B-Boys. Symbol found at parks near basketball courts. Gang activity centers around marijuana sales. Gang members have sold joints and half ounces to children as young as 8 years old. If deal turns sour, gang members resort to assault with knives. Gang members can be found at basketball courts throughout the city. Members often wear Chicago Bulls NBA caps. Target area, Los Angeles County. Victory 7. Symbol found throughout the city and county of Los Angeles. Gang activity involves the manufacturing and sale of crystal meth. It is believed that Victory 7 refers to the actual cookers of the drug. The younger members of the gang hit the streets with the processed goods and sell to high school age youth. The sellers are not armed. However, labs have been found to be booby-trapped with firebombs. This is a countywide problem as the cookers move from location to location. The sellers change frequently. Okay, we already did that. Snubs. Symbol found on stores after they have been a victim of robbery. This is an all-girl Hispanic gang, very violent. The name is derived from the snub-nosed handguns all the girls carry. To enter and stay in the gang, a girl must rob at gunpoint a retail business. Many of these girls are unwed mothers and receive public assistance. Targeted area, Echo Park. Rude boys get bail. RBGB. The symbol is found on buildings near to where the gang has committed a crime. RBGB is a violent South Central gang led by Ragtop Spiff. It is believed that Spiff is an alias as no social security number exists under his name. Gang activity centers around gun trafficking. This includes both imported and stolen goods. The gang has claimed responsibility for many violent and torturous deaths. This gang should be approached with caution. It is believed that this gang has international connections. Various members of the gang are suspected of being involved in several unsolved murders and disappearances that have taken place over the past few years. Got points for that. Sticky fingers. Symbol often found outside chicken restaurants. Gang comprised of runaway children, both female and male. Gang activity comprised of petty theft and pickpocketing. Gang members are known to feign injury to elicit help from strangers. Once in the company of strangers, the children will steal small items such as radios and watches, along with purses and wallets. Gang members carry knives and are known to be vicious if provoked. Targeted area, Venice Beach. More. Hood jammers. Symbol found on cars and houses. Gang activity centers around drug sales. Gang comprised of youth ranging in age from 8 to 18 years. Drug sales occur on street corners and out of cars. Drugs sold include crystal meth, speed, and crack cocaine. Gang colors are black and orange. Targeted area, Van Nuys. Flamers. This symbol is found next to homicide victims. Gang extremely violent. Killing is considered a rite of passage. Gang activity is centered around heroin sales. Members do not hesitate to shoot. Approach with extreme caution. Gang colors are red and orange. Targeted area, Echo Park. Not the best area there, Echo Park. Alright, DMV, inner license number. Hate crime, suspect's last name. Biff. No information found. And Jones, neither? Jack. Jones the third. Carey. I'm just curious. Bonds. Last name, huh? Yeah. Lewis. Oops, spelled it wrong. Nope. Alright, so that's about it for that. Gary logged out from Sunny Connection 29. It's good to come back and write a report, so you have to do it every so often. I'm trying to think of what else I need to do.
Yeah? Gary, this is an inconvenient time for a chat. Stop by later. This might be California.
Lieutenant.
Okay.
Look only.
Okay, so he's on the phone. Alright, so that's it for that. So we can leave.
You adjust your tie and smooth the wrinkles from your suit.
I love the narrator and Carey. They're funny. Just some of the stuff they say is cool, man. Let's save it. So, technically, this is the second day. I'm going to end the video right here, though, and then continue, okay? Because it was just kind of a lot of exploration and continuing on from the introduction in day one, which was at the alley. So we're on day 2, basically as soon as you start, where it says Monday, I think. So we're on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. If you're liking this, you like these videos that I do, then give it a like, give it a thumbs up if it's helping you, give it a thumbs down if it's not. And if you want to see more content like this, then definitely subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you get notified when I post more videos, okay? So, hope you're enjoying this. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite Police Quest games, so I'm real excited about this. And I'll continue on until we beat the game, alright? Like I said, I'm going to try to go for 503 points. I may check out online, just look at other possibilities of points in between the videos. I don't know yet. I may not. I kind of just want to do that at the end and just see what I missed. Maybe I should do that, like I was saying earlier when I first started the video. So I'll probably do that. I'll just wait and check it at the end, like I was saying. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.